Well, here we are on board with 2Z on their map pick. It's Silencep right now with the pincer, looking to hold on to a little bit of his stack, sending out some nades, and ooh, this is some nice play. Just taking the attention away from where it needs to be is going to kill Ints at quite an opportune time to secure the second raid. You can see Sirius can't contribute to the MacGuffin play at the moment because he's over here with Silencep. Meanwhile, Latromi is throwing the MacGuffin away, now collected by Silencep, and they're going to be making their run out of here. Latromi playing bouncer, body blocking both Sirius and Ints for a little bit there. Silencep, this is interesting, being very tricky right now and really emphasizing this red armor is now going to cap just as power-up spawns, I would imagine.
We will see Silencep grab more red armors in these MacGuffin games than anyone else in the whole tournament. I'm willing to make that bet right now with anyone. He will grab more reds individually than any other player in MacGuffin in these tournaments. He's one of the best MacGuffin carriers as well. He never panics. Everything he does is so deliberate and thought out, and it does take a lot for a team to figure out what he's doing and to stop him. And speaking of, Sirius on defense with the Vindicator. No thank you. If I'm 2Z, I wouldn't want to go anywhere near that base right now.
Yeah, that does fade, and well, just as well. His claws, though. I had a lot of complaints in the last tournament about not watching enough of claws. So let's have a bit of claws cam. We've had a bit of Cypher cam this weekend as well. Of course, the Na'Vi boys, fan favorites. And claws, his pedigree, given the amount of time he's been in Arena FPS especially, is just unreal. I mean, this guy has won so much money. He's placed so consistently highly, like he hasn't entered that much, but basically whenever he enters anything, he wins.
Yeah, he's a natural born winner, of course, and just naturally talented at multiple titles of FPS, of course. And he really is just the loose cannon that is a perfect fit, I think, for Latromi and Silencep to do the boring, nerdy stuff in their play and just let Claws literally off the leash and just go mental on all of his opponents. I think it works very well.
What we're going to do is one of the reverses. So we're talking about Skooky like he's mini serious. Well, Claws is Danchez Senior. Right? He's big Danchez.
Yeah. Yeah, not a bad shout that, to be fair. And yeah, like I say, I said it in the sort of pre-show before any games are played today. I love the fact that we do have, you know, sort of the three giant players from the CIS region all jumping in to the last event of the TTS for EU teams. Obviously, we have Claws jumping back in, and we also have Agent, and also obviously Cypher as well. So really good to see, and some amazing shots being hit. And Latromi now with Vindy on defense. This could just be round one over if they can just hit all these kills coming in. Oh my god!
Just only needs to see a toe, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's all he needed. And I'm not talking about. Is it Yenum that's called Tony? I think it is.
That's Death Row.
It's Death Row Tony. Okay.
Death Row is Tony.
I
correct.
keep on top of the scene. Latromi's got a lot of stack, Jake. And while the MacGuffin isn't currently capped by 2Z, I think it will be soon enough. They're on 99. Here's the overtime. Ints will take down Latromi, but Silencep is here and doing a lot of damage. Skooky dropping low. Claws now on that point, and round over.
Yep, quite dominant there from 2Z, really making light work of KovaaK in that first round. Definitely not over yet. Skooky, by the way, topping the damage in the whole server. Like I say, this kid, just, again, a relatively newish AFPS player. I know he hasn't got too many sort of huge placings or anything, but he's sort of from the AIM community. You know, he's a big KovaaK fan. We've had him on the podcast before, Joel. And he's definitely just insane. I think if he just refines his overall game over time, he could be genuinely one of the very best in terms of like raw mechanics and combat in this title.
Interestingly as well, though, and I think this might be why he's a little bit overlooked, is that he's played with 3 different teams in the tournaments. So first he played with FaZe and Absol, then he played with Danchez and Cass, and now he's with Ints and Sirius. So he's been a bit of a journeyman. And maybe if he finds a home, a permanent home, a forever home, Jake, we'll start to see really the best come out of Skooky.
his pincer accuracy is it's insane. Some of the shots he hits, like I said earlier, he looks so calm. He looks like he plays in a relatively kind of lowish sense as well, and he's just so calm when he hits these shots. And it just pays dividends big time because he just softens up so many enemies. But despite all of that, 2Z literally still make the game look so easy. They're going to be up against it here as the power-up is in the hands of KovaaK 2.0. But look at they're kind of trapped in this jump pad room. I don't know what's going on here.
We were talking about Sirius with the Vindy. That sounds scary. Yeah, Claws with the Vindy. Do not fancy it. And it's going to be Latromi pushing out via the Slammer. No, going to come back up to Mega, wants the high ground. And Sirius is waiting. Hits a great couple of rockets. Yeah, and now Silent Set. Well, he's going to take down Sirius, but the reinforcements are here. Oh, hang on, right? It's not anymore. I was going to say the Iberians, but not too sure if it's... Well, Italy's not in Iberia at all. That's a shame. Don't you hate it when your commentary gets ruined by the nationalities of certain players? Don't you just hate it?
Distancing myself from that comment, as we see KovaaK putting up a nice lead so far, still just defending. This base has been quite the fortress for both these teams so far. Oh my god, Skooky again, just with the pincers. Oh my god, it's non-stop. You can't even respawn.
He's doing some damage. A lot of damage. His claws to ruin the party. They do have to get a move on though, the 2Z, and I honestly thought that every round on Sunken would have been incredibly one-sided, but this one has been anything but. And look at the combined stack of 2Z right now is probably about 60.
Just get
and
they're up against down.
Well, it's only ints. It's alright. Don't worry.
Oh my god, he's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you.
He can try.
Oh.
Right, he gives it over to Sirius. That's a good shout. Yeah. Sirius has a lot of stats, and for no other reason.
He's like, give it here, little guy. I got this.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's doing a little bit more with it than Ints was. Going to be coming in for the cap. 81 points already. Here's Claws!
Oh, Claws!
With the blaster! Yes!
The best.
Gun. In the game.
Highest DPS, Joel. And you see
DPS.
there.
What more do you need? If you don't miss, that's the only statistic that matters, Jake.
Right.
Alright, 2Z.
Red goes over
with
to
a cap
Sirius.
hit. Great defensive setup though from 2Z. So far it looks like they're going to be able to hold it. Silent Seth on the back, but Sirius is going to take him down. Claws now has to try and get back on point. Insta fall. Sirius though, so much damage with this pincer. On the hundo, Silent Seth takes him down though and continues to at least occupy Skooky until here he is. Big boy Claws on the point with the shaft out versus Ints. Ints gets the better of him, but Latromi is there and he had a red. In the meantime, which means that this defense continues. I think Latromi, we probably say this every broadcast, but he's got to be one of the most underrated players in all of Diamond.
Just not spoken about. Yeah, just not really spoken about.
He's got Silent Sep alongside him, and he used to have James alongside him. Now it's Claws. It's like, we're busy. We're busy talking about those two, or three.
Well, I don't think he streams or anything, right? You know, he's kind of just under the radar, but he's been a competitor for a very long time at this rate. Yeah. Obviously, he can speak English as well. I know that's a really weird thing to bring up, but the fact that obviously we do have mixed nationalities on this team, and obviously when James played with them as well, they would have been speaking English. So a real asset to the team, for sure, Latromi.
Yeah. And one of the old TDM gods, of course, in previous Arena FPS. Skooky now on the Vindicate, and MacGuffin in hand as well. Lead, though, to 2Z for the first time in this round. Skooky.
Yes, close round this, actually, overall.
Oh, no. That's a bad throw. Didn't quite get over the lip. It's going to be okay, though. Here comes Latromi. Will take down Sirius. Ince is there, though, with the clutch pincers. It's left to Silent Sep to come in, but as he does, he takes a pincer as well and knocked down. It's Ince going nuclear. Claws will finally knock him down, but they're on this point, and it looks like a solid defense. Yeah. A round on Sunken for
there you go
for KovaaK 2.0. Unbelievable.
And it's as expected, it's Skooky and Sirius leading the charts in damage for their team. Claws with the most damage in the server so far, but you really do see his playstyle in his stat page there. 28 kills, 40 deaths for Claws, but just so much damage output as he's doing it. So he doesn't really get given items, he just charges in, does so much damage both on attack and defense. And I do think, I've got to admit, I didn't see Silent Set collect too many reds in that previous round, and it's no wonder that they actually failed to win that one. Usually, as soon as Silent Set gets a rotation going on those red spawns, that usually is their key to victory, I think. Here we go.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Again.
It's like,
yeah.
The 3 players on 2Z are all so different from each other, and what they do is so different from each other as well, right?
Oh my god.
It's so well balanced in that sense. Whereas you look at Skooky and Sirius, and I think they're maybe a bit too similar to each other.
Yeah, they're very like-minded, I would imagine, and oh, great direct rocket from Silent Set.
Oh, Ints with the bait, hiding with the Vindicator. Is he now going to push on in? No, he comes back for the 50, and the red should be able to collect, but he has to not get dropped by Claws, and he'll manage that. Now, with a couple of seconds left on the Vindicator, he's going to get hit by a grenade, though, and his teammates, well, I was going to say a little bit in the way, but no, they do the work themselves. No. Silent Set with a rocket will knock him off the point, but
2 kills.
Okay, it is a cleanup, yeah. It was sort of late from 2Z the way they came in there, but got the job done.
Oh, Silent Set's just so smart, just never overcommits. Just zone in this player on the right here, but Sirius does take him out just before the door closes. I cursed him, it happens to all of us, and Sirius is on a tear here.
Sirius, of course, one of the best aimers in the world in any FPS. And puts his prodigious talent to reasonable good use. Reasonably good. Skooky, though, will be taking down Silent Set. Ints slowly making his way to the point. Silent Set's found himself a Mega, though, and I believe that Latromi got the last red, so not a lot of stack for KovaaK to use here on defense. And Silent Set and Claws just mop them up. Simple as that. Oh, this is classic Latromi right here. Just steals your blue, plays it slow.
Skooky was aware there actually, and hopefully would have given out some information to his team, but Silent Set's already clearing the way, and no doubt Claws isn't far behind, just doing damage with whatever weapon he can find. Look at the double back as well, and actually gets the cap on 6 HP. Not going to last long on defense here, but he does a free 42 damage here, and Sirius is going to make it up the pad.
Oh.
And Claws is here with Vindy. This is terrifying.
You hate
to
is that
see
Silent, if you're on the
Is that Silent Set grabbing a red? It is indeed. He's coming back to defend.
Bang!
Oh my god.
Claws. What can you say that hasn't already been said? 7.3k on the damage. And a little bit more, because why not? Overtime is there. Claws doesn't miss those. Bye-bye.
What a classy finish that was from Claws. Yeah, quite possibly.
This is the thing, right? Latromi and Silent Set give you this incredibly strong bedrock to work from in terms of your game plan, and then Claws just occasionally will win you entire games. He'll just go off, rounds, games, whatever, series even. You know, he has that potential in him to solo carry, but the beauty of 2Z is that he doesn't need to.
Not at all. No, he's just that difference maker, that X factor that they need to rely on once every so often. And I think him just being posted up in defense and MacGuffin is like his ideal scenario. You know, you get those sort of players that want certain, they feel more comfortable, in certain scenarios. And I think Latromi and Silent Set definitely love being on the kind of outer rims of the maps, just controlling the major items. And I think Claws feels perfectly at home, just being posted up, particularly with a pincer, just shooting any sort of enemy that comes across his FOV. So perfect at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, what a team, really. I mean, we talk about the likes of Swansong. We talk about especially D-Slap. I think is the other team that we really look at, right? And I would say that KovaaK 2.0 and also Better Than Work are sort of slightly outsiders to those three. But 2Z today, I do think look a level above. I think they may well do what Team Liquid did first, and that's the 3P.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely the favourites for the whole event, I would argue, in my books. And I think with Furnace, yeah, and first time we're seeing that, I don't think we saw it at all yesterday either, to my memory. Obviously, it was quite a short day yesterday. We only saw pretty much 2 O's across the board. But a very pincer-heavy map, and I mean, look at all the players on display. All going to be loving that, I think. So, who can do the most damage? Let's see.
I mean, this is going to be a show. This is going to be pure mechanical dick measuring. These claws up against Sins, the Rockets. Yeah, not bad. It's a trade, though. Latromi now fighting up against Skooky, and we have a little bit of a Dragon Ball Z movement as Silent Sep comes in. Skooky takes him down as well. The young Italian stallion putting on a clinic in the opening of this round.
Not a great shock, as you predicted, that they picked Wipeout against this team. I think Skooky and Sirius in particular are going to have a great chance of doing some serious work here. But as I say that, actually, 2Z are on the brink of closing this out. Yeah, they should be able to easily clean him up here, honestly. But good movement with Sirius. He's got 3 seconds to live. Oh, missed pincer there from the 2Z players, and Sirius is loving this. Just having players push into him while he's got a corner held. It's just claws now.
Yeah, claws with a siphonator though, Jake. Claws does 3 times as much damage as anyone else. Look at it! And he's gonna live long enough. Latromi's back, and actually he's being quite proactive here. You might expect something more passive, but he's on the high ground, knows that he can deal with anybody that might come at him from those angles. Silent Sep now back up, but dropping low already in blue. Healing, but it's not going to be a whole lot of stack even at the end of it. And yeah, the swarm comes in, but this is a very doable 2v3. More stack on the side of 2Z right now. Ince is going to fall. He's out for 40. Skooky, Sirius, dropping low, up against Claws. And Skooky now, 15 seconds, huddling away in blue. This is, just holding your breath, just hoping. Just hoping.
Yeah, only 4 seconds now. I think he's got this, to be quite honest. The other two don't seem to be hunting him with too much urgency.
What a spawn.
Yeah. The other 2 players were so far away from them, so he's just giving his heal directly to Skooky, and now Sirius, I think, wanted to maybe try and get on top of the 2 players just before Sunset came up, but it wasn't to be, and Skooky does get found by Latromi. Latromi and Claws in particular are just trying to get every tick of HP he possibly can back from that bubble.
Yep. Sirius and Ince up against 3. Sirius playing quite defensively here, just wants his opponent to take a bad engagement, but it's not gonna happen. And here's Latromi! Explosion Weevil does the business, but Claws is there, cleans him up 1-0 2Z. And also, can we just point out, in a game with Claws and Sirius and Silent Sep and Skooky, the top damage is Latromi. This man is the quiet, dignified god of Diabotical.
Yeah, he certainly is, and In's struggling a little bit in the damage stats here. Yet to break 1k damage. Everyone else quite far ahead of that now. But let's see if he can pick it up. He could be. He's definitely one of the better communicators on this team. I know Sirius does obviously make a lot of calls, but I think In's definitely does make the most comprehensive calls from what we heard earlier.
Look at Silent Sep, just knows when he's being watched, making so much happen with his pincer. Sirius left alone. It's over. Well,
52
Wow.
seconds.
On your map pick. Yeah. Susie's down.
Yeah.
I think while we still have the opportunity, Jahar, can we listen in with KovaaK 2.0, please?
One with me, plus. 2 railing tower, careful. With angles.
Why does my game keep freezing now?
On green.
2 bridge, 3 bridge.
Rail 1.
I was railed.
Nice. 1 masturbator, 1
I
orange.
spawn on blue.
I'm dead. Killing masturbator for a bit.
I was dead.
Careful where they spawn.
1 orange.
1 seal orange.
Yeah.
One top mid.
Pushing the orange guy. He's
I
railed.
was low.
Close dead.
Nice.
1 at red. Rail twice. Silence step low.
Silence up rail.
Where did he go?
Silence step low.
Banana. He went banana. There was an inning here.
Backing 4. Can heal his cookie. Come here.
One
It's
blue.
probably bridge. Yeah. His bridge.
Big brain
Dead.
silence up.
One top mid.
One top.
20 seconds.
10 sec. Five sec.
No.
Told you we should have went wellspring.
Uh-oh.
Well, well, well.
Well, they're kind of locked into Furnace at the moment.
They are a little bit. They've sort of committed to it. I think as Silent Sep takes down Ints, the shortest heal in history, and I'm not saying that he's a vertically challenged villain. Not a short heal in that sense.
That's you.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you know. The heel. The heel of Diabotical. Your other nickname.
Got a few of them, haven't I?
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh,
Silent Sep.
big rocket.
Beautiful. Large, Jake. Large.
Oh, they're looking so dominant
Bye-bye
now,
to
aren't they?
Skooky.
Serious?
You're good. I don't know if you're quite taking on all 3 good. And, well, Tuesday actually doing a bit of a favour and back off themselves.
I like that, yeah. Just healing up the troops, ready for the next big fight to happen here. I quite like that. It was really disciplined play. Again, it just shows the leadership in this team. Someone made that call, and they all just instantly reacted and followed suit. I love it.
And
Skooky,
welcome,
no.
welcome to the Claws Show.
Yeah, Skooky, this is what happens when the KovaaKs shoot back.
No, or not.
Well.
Or Claws
he's done
plays
me.
like me for 10 seconds. What's happened there, mate? Oh, that wasn't good.
Well, he sensed that he could end the round there, or end the game there, to be quite honest. Skooky was on his own, but well played from Skooky, honestly. It's so hard to rocket down that little tube. So, bit of sympathy for Claws there, I think.
I can't believe he fluffed that so badly.
Yeah.
He missed like 3 rockets that weren't difficult at all. Ints left alone though. Silent Sep's on top of him. Siphonator's
Who
good, it's not
cares?
good enough.
Wow. 2Z are back, eh? The Kings of Europe have returned. Oh, Silent Sep dropping the not like
Yeah.
practice smiley face. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, Jake, 2Z are good at Diabotical.
Yeah, they certainly are, and haven't missed a beat. Honestly, I think obviously with Claws taking a break from his Apex Legends career slightly, definitely see him stream a lot more Arena FPS. Obviously, a lot more Diabotical. They've been streaming their scrims as well, I believe. So, just a much more focused lineup, I think here. So, yeah, dominant really at the end of the day.
And, well, you kind of expect it. It's just what they do. reminiscent of
Claws
Team Liquid,
here.
of course. There's a lot of parallels to draw between them. You've got the real champion in Claws and Rafa. You've got Dahang and Latromi, the sort of underrated, really team role players. And then you've got the Helm in Wowz and Silencep, the men that can do just about everything. What teams they are?
We didn't see a whole lot of Furnace yesterday. Maybe that's why. I don't know what happened with Claus in Garbage. He turned into garbage, is what he did. That's
Hey,
now that
that's a hard
GMT's
rocket
back.
to hit.
now that GMT's back. That's the extent of my contribution to the levity of things. But no, yeah, 2Z, fantastic stuff. Which means they graduate into the upper bracket final. 2Z versus Swan Song. Who could have seen it coming? Thankfully, these guys are consistent enough to make that an easy bet. But go ahead and place your bets. I don't know if we're doing chat points today, but send your verbal love to one of these teams or the other, or both if you're that kind of person. Not tied down in any one relationship. But you have a few minutes to think over who your favorite is, 2Z or Swan Song. I'm just going to keep looking at GMT looking at me that way as we take a break. BRB.